morning, DIS!
This is Kdur. I'm Anish.
And I'm Ella. We hope that everyone's had a great day around campus. Now, here's Tenish with school news.
What's up, DIS? I'm Tenish, and I'm here with your school news. Okay, do you feel like you can never get enough done during tutorials in the morning? Do you need to make up a test that you missed in class? Do you need extra encouragement to get your homework done? If so, we have some good news. DIS is offering Extended Day. Extended Day is a time where you can come and where you can come to take care of your homework, tests, makeups, or clarification on topics from class. And there will be teachers to help you with whatever you need. Extended Day is every Tuesday and Thursday after school from 3:45 p.m. to 4:45 p.m. in the library. If you're interested, talk with your parents and make sure you'll have a ride home by 4:45 p.m. Thank you. And now for a student code of conduct presentation.
The 2022 Carroll Independent School District Student Code of Conduct, enhancing student and staff safety for Durham Intermediate School. Now, it's a lot of words, and people hear those words, they might be a little worried or scared or confused, not sure what's going on. So let's go through this and see what we're looking at. So a lot of you are probably asking, what's the big deal about the Student Code of Conduct? I've heard about it, I've heard people reference it, I've heard people mention it, but I don't actually know what it means or what it involves. So a lot of you are probably asking, what's the big deal about the Student Code of Conduct? I've heard about it, I've heard people reference it, I've heard people mention it, but I don't actually know what it means or what it involves. Some people would say the Student Code of Conduct can be summarized by this cartoon. No talking, no smiling, no wearing weird clothes, no dumb questions, no eating, no running. In other words, just a lot of no's, but that's not necessarily the case. So let's dive further into it. Here are some common perceptions about the Student Code of Conduct. No one enforces the Student Code of Conduct. They just mention it at the beginning of the year and then we move on. No one actually reads it, which is why they don't enforce it. It's not enforced consistently, which means it's not the same for everybody. It's too long, it's too restrictive, it has too many rules, or it's outdated. Oh, that's from like the 90s. Why are those rules still in place? So remember, the Student Code of Conduct is a guide. Everything can't possibly be covered, or else it would be even longer than it already is. So what exactly is the point of the Student Code of Conduct? District rules and guidelines for student discipline, processes, and procedures. That's important. So when something happens, there's a process and a procedure for how we make the determination of the second part, the range of disciplinary actions. Now notice it defines what misconduct means, so misbehavior, things you're not allowed to do, and then there's a range of disciplinary actions. So there's not one size fits all discipline. The legal and local write the foundation for the Student Code of Conduct, and if you would like to take a nap, you should click on this link and read it, word for word. So here are the most important parts of the Student Code of Conduct. We've highlighted them for you. Carroll ISD as a district will provide a secure, supportive, and nurturing environment where everyone feels safe and valued as they get their education. Parents and guardians will help their children learn self-discipline and respect for all members of the school community, and students will treat everyone with kindness, dignity, and respect. So you see, all of us have a role to play in making sure that the Student Code of Conduct is implemented correctly. So how does the Student Code of Conduct impact me? Well, it outlines behavior expectations, so how we expect you to behave, and consequences if you're not behaving that way. Holds everyone accountable to the same standards of behavior, and it communicates what Carroll ISD values in all members of its educational community. So if you look on page 11, our offenses are broken up into 3 levels. So if you look at level 1, these are your smallest infractions, your most basic infractions, things like being tardy to class, running or making excessive noise in the hall. I see a lot of that. I've said stop running in 3 weeks more than I have in my entire career combined. Failing to follow classroom rules, not bringing required materials or assigned work to class. So those things that sometimes they happen, sometimes you're just having a little bit of an off day and those things happen. So those are level 1 offenses. Those are our least serious offenses. Now, you'll notice level 2 are a little bit more serious offense. Now, you'll notice number 1, this is important. If we said, sometimes those things happen. Sometimes it's just not your day and you're tardy. But if you're committing persistent offenses from level 1, such as being tardy, then it can become a level 2 offense. And you can read through the rest of those and you'll notice that on both level 1 and level 2, the last one mentioned is bullying and or harassment, including actions motivated by race, color, religion, sex, gender, sexual orientation, national origin, disability, or age. So bullying is a major offense. It can go on level 1 or level 2 depending on the severity of it, and we want to make sure that it does not occur. Here are your level 3 offenses, and you'll notice these are very serious offenses. If these happen, the consequences obviously will match in terms of the size of the consequence. These are consequences we definitely don't want to deal with. Now, bullying, harassment, and discrimination. We hear those terms a lot. How are we handling these issues? Well, number 1, it comes down to reporting. Find a trusted adult, teacher, counselor, administrator. Don't be a silent bystander. See something, say something. Tell people to stop. If you know it's wrong, don't let people continue to do it. And your reporting tools. We have the Stop It program. It works really well. I will tell you that without additional information, it can become difficult to follow up. So I know some people are say, well, I don't want people to know it was me that told on them. So anytime you report something on Stop It, it's confidential, meaning we will not mention your name when talking to the offender. But we do need an email or a phone number in case we have questions that we need to follow up on. So you guys tell us what happened, and then sometimes we have questions about when or where or some details, so we need to be able to contact you. And again, that information will not get out. We'll protect your identity in terms of who being the reporter, but also give as much detail as possible so we can do our best to figure out what happened and to stop it. So remember, we like tall dragons, short dragons, bald dragons, fast dragons, and even slow dragons. All dragons are dragons. Just remember, don't be mean. One of my favorite things I've ever seen was you can be the smart kid, the athletic kid, the loud kid, the quiet kid, the artistic kid, the musical kid, the reading kid. Just don't be the mean kid. So keep that in mind as we go throughout the year. You guys know what it is to be mean, and you know what it looks like, so don't do it. If you have any questions or comments, you can ask a teacher, or you can find Ms. Pecorelli, Mr. McCoachy, or Mr. Wyrick, and they'll be glad to help you out with any questions or comments you have about the Student Code of Conduct. Let's have an amazing 2021-2022 school year.
Okay, thanks for watching that video. And if you have a birthday today, you share a birthday with rapper Flo Rida, hockey player Alexander Ovechkin, country legend Hank Williams, actor John Ritter, NFL quarterback Patrick Mahomes. That's it. Back to you, KDUR.
Now here's Keaton with weather.
Hey DIS, I'm Keaton with your school weather. If you have A lunch, it's gonna be partly cloudy and 82 degrees. If you have B lunch, it's gonna be 84 degrees, and if you have C lunch, it's gonna be 86 degrees. Back to you, KDUR. Now here's Mo with World News.
What's up, DIS? It's your girl Mo with World News. A deer hunter in California found a sword in the middle of nowhere in the stone. He attempted to pull the sword out of the stone, but it didn't budge, said the hunter. I found this a few seasons ago during deer season. Yes, I tried to pull it out, but it wouldn't budge. The location is Sierra Nevadas in Northern California. It is a pretty stout sword and one of the coolest things I've ever come across. Back to you, KDUR.
Now here's Addie with your joke.
What's up, DIS? It's Addie here with your jokes. Kid, I'll call you later. Dad, don't call me later. Call me Dad. Do you want to hear a pizza joke?
Yeah, no.
Never mind. It's too cheesy. To write with the broken pencil's pointless. Back to you, Katie Moore.
Now here's George with sports.
What's up, DIS? It's George with your sports. Last night the Houston Astros beat the Texas Rangers 12-1. The Washington football team beat the New York Giants 30-29 by 1 point. And yeah, back to you, KDUR.
This week, Ben was on camera, Omni was running VTO, video transitions, and Sterling was our director. The best one. Monday is going to be an A day. This is Anish.
And Ella saying,
Have a great day, DIS. We'll see you around campus. Bye.